He is one of the top prospects in the 2020 NFL Draft, live here on the Rich Eisen Show from Clemson football, Isaiah Simmons. How are you, Isaiah?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am fine. Where have I found you? Where are you?
I'm in Olathe, Kansas right now.
That's where you now. Why are you in there? Why are you there right now? Is that where you? That's where you're from?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
You're from there. How did you wind up at Clemson, Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah, funny story. So Clemson came super late. They came about a month before signing day, and the reason that came about was Jaron Curtis, Mackenzie Alexander, T.J. Green. They all declared for the national championship, or after the national championship in 2015. So Coach Venables has his wife is from this area, as well as his history at K-State. So he had friends around here, and he got my film sent to him, and he said he fell in love immediately. And ever since I took a visit there, the rest has been history.
So that's how he found you in the middle of this country, right there in Kansas, and that's how you wound up a Clemson Tiger. Is basically
right
because his wife had ties to the area. Isn't that amazing? How that works sometimes. Wow. Who else was knocking on your door at the time?
Michigan, a lot of Big Ten schools, a lot of Big 12 schools.
Okay. Let me linger on that. You know where I went to school, Isaiah Simmons? You know where I went to school?
Where is that?
I went to the University of Michigan. Why didn't you choose that institution of higher learning and excellence? Why didn't you go there?
Have you been to Clemson before?
What?
I'm asking, have you been to Clemson before?
Have I been to Clemson before?
Yeah.
I don't have to go to Clemson to know Michigan's the all-time greatest spot on planet Earth. Isaiah?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
They call it God's country. Don't shoot the messenger, but I'm just letting you know what it's called.
No, Dabo's also pretty damn convincing when he wants to be, I bet, right?
Yeah, he is. He is.
So, what's your relationship? What was your relationship with him like? Because I'm sure, and I heard, that's why I'm saying I'm sure, you wanted to play offense, Isaiah, right? You wanted to get some snaps on the offensive side of the ball, correct?
Yeah. So there's I'm not gonna say a lot of games where we were up pretty big, and I'm like, Coach, just let me get one go ball and just let the quarterback let it ride. And he wasn't really going for it. He would just laugh and kind of giggle. But he plays a lot of players each game, so I'm like, maybe I'll get a shot. So then they told me if I get a pick six that I'll get my chance. So I got one, and I didn't get my chance that year. So just this past year, if we get up big on Ohio State, then I'll let you get one snap. It was a little. Getting me it was because he just didn't want me to go out there and get injured. He's like, what would I look like if you go get injured in the fourth quarter and we're up by 40 points? So, I mean, it was all out of the goodness of his heart, but I enjoy playing defense a lot more.
So, how good of a receiver can you be? I know you did it in high school, but, Clemson, as we all know, is maybe wide you right now with who we're seeing perform in the NFL. How good can you be at that position?
I mean, in high school, I had 29 receptions for 994 yards and 17 touchdowns. So, I mean,
the
numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. So I feel like I can go out there and make some shake.
Okay, and then interestingly enough, there is a debate, a raging debate actually, amongst NFL scouts and NFL evaluators as to what's the best position for you in the NFL. What is the best position for you in the NFL, Isaiah Simmons? You call it. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think with a creative defensive coordinator, somebody who really knows how to utilize the personnel that they have, that I could play a similar role that I played at Clemson. You see it happen now with Tyrann Mathieu and Derwin James. So I feel like I can still play a similar role and affect the game from everywhere, just like I did in college.
That's a smart answer. See, you could have gone to Michigan. That's such a smart answer. You could have been a Michigan Wolverine. I mean, because you're not going to peg yourself right there, but where are you most comfortable then? Which level are you most comfortable in, Isaiah?
I don't I don't really believe that there's a level that I'm more comfortable in than another, because I'm just as comfortable rushing the passer as I am out in coverage. So it's hard for me to really boil down into one.
Isaiah Simmons here on the Rich Eisen Show. A few more minutes left with Isaiah, who's here courtesy of Old Spice, which we'll get to in a second. How many teams have you been chatting with?
For the most part, just the top 10.
Okay. So, Giants? You chatted with the Giants?
I have part of the top 10.
Okay. You chatted with the Browns? Have you chatted with the Browns, Isaiah?
Briefly.
Briefly. Dolphins. You chatted with the Dolphins?
Briefly.
Have you chatted with the Patriots, Isaiah Simmons? You tell me yes or no. Have you chatted with the New England Patriots?
I have not, actually. Just my at the combine. But other than that, no.
Oh, at the combine. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you chat with Bill Belichick himself at the combine?
Mainly just the defensive coordinator, but he threw a little question in there.
So Bill Belichick was in the room when you were there?
He was.
All right. What did he ask you? What did he ask you? Can you remember?
I can't really remember.
Oh, see, he is smart.
Smart.
Yeah, that's like Fight Club. You can't talk about Belichick. You're right. I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to ruin your draft stock. But your draft stock is not ruinable, quite frankly. I mean, you are as on fire as anybody is right now. If I told you that when you were growing up in Kansas, what would you have said?
I don't know if I would have quite thought that would have been possible. I feel like Kansas football is slightly overlooked.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're striking a blow for all of football in the state of Kansas.
That's right. I'm trying to help the guys. I'm trying to just pave the way a little bit so everything will be easier for them. Darren Sproles did a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love Darren. He's a legend around here.
He is.
I'm just bringing my shovel, my plow along to help pave it a little more.
Jordy Nelson, right? Can't forget Jordy. Jordy's a Kansas State guy,
yeah.
right? Let's not forget him. And I'm sure we're forgetting many others. And now you, Isaiah Simmons. Okay, so Old Spice is going to start donating a bunch of money on behalf of you and other prospects, correct? That's what's going on down with Old Spice?
Yeah, to be exact, $320,000 just to United Way, just to support underprivileged guys and their families. So I'm really excited just to partner with them, just because of the great history that they have of helping athletes, as well as how it's going to be a great jumpstart on the impact of the new community that I end up in. And I mean, I grew up wearing Old Spice day in, day out. My grandfather wore it, so that's kind of all I really knew. So being able now, like my dream coming true of being drafted and then getting to partner with something I grew up in, it's really cool, and also it's a good thing that's happening behind it all.
That's great. I'm happy for you, Isaiah Simmons. So many Giants fans watched you play against Ohio State and were texting me saying that's my guy. That's my guy. That's what they were all saying. I know you don't want to peg yourself, but New York City, that's not a bad spot. New Jersey, New York City, right, to live?
I've only been there once.
That's it. Oh.
It was freezing cold. I don't really know. I don't know about it.
Well, I mean, you're used to the cold. You got to be used to the cold. I mean, Kansas is not the warmest spot all the time, so you got to be just fine with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. The weather. That's not the issue. Because, like you said, I'm used to you get everything here in Kansas. But
sure.
I don't know. I just don't really know much about it.
All right, Isaiah. Well, look, I'm from that area. If you do wind up in that area on Thursday night, you know how to reach me. And plus, I don't know if you're aware, but, I've been with NFL Network since 2003, when you were way before your Old Spice wearing days. So when you enter the National Football League and my show calls, the Rich Eisen Show calls, you have to. It's a mandatory that you appear on this show. I don't know if you're aware of that. Okay.
We'll see about that one.
Well, that is not an acceptable answer. We'll see about that one. The answer is okay, Rich. Come on. No? What?
Hey, man, I can't make no promises.
You don't know what you don't know, I guess, is what you're saying.
Not.
Bring it all full circle.
You don't know.
All right, Isaiah. I'll just take that as a yes. That's the way I'll take it. And we'll chat down the road. Good luck to you. Have a great draft night. I hope it's as quick as you want it to be.
Thank you.
Right back at you. That is Isaiah Simmons. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.